This next video we're going to talk about the pitch. I guess that's the main important part. You know, when I first started doing this, I had to go by this pitch, and it actually worked. It sounds really like you're reading something in a way, but the more you do read the pitch, the better you'll get to sound a little bit more, natural, I guess you could say. And pretty soon you're just going to do, your own thing in your own way, your own style. But at first, it's good to do it. You will get deals with it, or get people that are interested just by saying what's on the pitch. I just want to go into it. At first, you would be starting off with a folder like this. Probably can't see it, but it's a map to show you basically the area and where the office is at. It does have the office location information on here, so in case a customer asks you, well, where is the office at, you can tell them because you have it right there, tell them the address. And it actually has the owner's name too, and the phone number. So that's basically what you would get, and in the inside, you would have leads. I would give you leads. It could be anything from pest control to landscaping to plumbing to flooring. I mean, you just name it. There's so many vendors that we call that are target market for this type of business that would love to advertise in a real estate folder. Basically, again, practicing basically makes, repetition makes it a lot easier. You basically can just do this without even looking at it the more you read it. So just to start off with, you would have an initial pitch, and there is some blanks on your sheet that you would be getting, and so I would tell you what goes in the blanks by reading it right now. You kind of get a better idea. So if I'm calling Dallas Luxury Realty, that's a one project. I might have a RE/MAX project, so the words would be different in the blanks. Like if I say I'm project manager for RE/MAX, if I'm working on a RE/MAX project, that would be RE/MAX. If I'm working on a project for Century 21, then I would be Century 21, or in this case, it would be Dallas Luxury Realty. So let's say I'm calling landscaping. I would pull out a landscaping company. We'll use this one. It's called Houston's Best Landscaping. Well, we'll call it Dallas Best Landscaping, because this is a Dallas project. So initially, you would take this out, and you would have this on your desk, and you have the pitch right here. Then you would have, basically a binder, sheet paper, so you can write down some information and some information that they normally give you, like they want you to send them emails and stuff like that, which I do. I do all the emails. But let me go ahead and just go in the pitch, and I'll show you what it basically sounds like. We'll say the guy's name is Bill, and of course my name is David. I'm working on a project called Dallas Luxury Realty, and I'm looking for a landscaping company called Dallas Best Landscaping. We'll just say that. So this is how it starts off. Hi, my name is David. I'm the project manager for Dallas Luxury Realty. We're looking for a landscaping company that the agents can use to refer their clients to for the year. Typically, we go over this with the owner or manager. Is that you? Who do you want me to talk to? Oh, yeah, that's me. Okay, great. What was your name again? Oh, my name is Bill. Oh, nice to meet you, Bill. Well, again, my name is David. I'm the project manager for Dallas Luxury Realty, located in Dallas. And we're looking for a landscaping company that the agents can use to refer their clients to for the year. Basically, what we're doing, Bill, is we're putting together our customized presentation folders. And now, I'm not too sure if you're familiar with them, but these are the high-quality, full-color, glossy folders. You know the ones with the two pockets on the inside? These are what the agents put all the property information in, as well as contracts, credit apps, warranties, inspections, and they give these to all the prospective buyers and sellers that they come in contact with. So the reason why I'm calling, Bill, is we're going to feature about 12 to 14 companies as part of our preferred vendors on the inside and backside of the folders. Now, we do have a spot reserved for a landscaping company, which is one of the things our clients will need while they own their own home. So I just wanted to give you a call and run it past you, see about featuring, Dallas Best Landscaping in our folders for the next year. At that point, you're going to wait for a response. Usually, you'll have different responses. One will be, how much is it, which is normally what they're going to say. And another thing would be, we're not interested at this time, because a lot of times maybe they exceeded their budget for marketing, who knows, or they're having a bad day, whatnot. And that's another thing about this business, about calling in general, cold calling in general, is, you never know what somebody's going through. It could be anything. They could have lost a loved one. They could have had a tragic accident. It could be, it could be anything. And so I take that in consideration. And, if they have maybe sometimes you may feel that a person may not be as pleasing in a conversation to you as some might that you would rather have. Just move on. If they're mean or whatever like that. This kind of type of business, you have to have a strong focus on knowing that it's not you, it's them. And who's paying your bills is going to be the person that's going to be nice to you, not to me. So basically, you just have to, the law of average, if you make 150 calls, you will get a sale. That's basically what it is. I mean, if you line 50 people in a line, and you ask a guy if you want to buy chicken, he says no, the other guy says no, the other guy says no, you ask the fourth guy, you want to buy chicken, and he says yes, well, it's kind of like that. Somebody's going to want to do it. So you want to find the one that's going to want to do it. So don't worry about if you get people that are just upset, they hang up on you and stuff like that. Sometimes you might get that at first. I normally don't at this point because I know the business really well, and I develop a rapport with people right away, and there's different techniques that I use that helps refrain from something like that. But we'll get that at first sometimes. So, but be aware that this does work. And at that point, as we're in the pitch, basically, they're going to ask you a couple of things. How much is it? Can you send me some information? Whatnot. But at this point, they're going to ask you pretty much how much is it, or they might just say we're not interested. A couple of things. If they say they're not interested, and you can just ask them, is it budget? Is it a budget issue? And if it is, there's a couple of things that we do offer. First of all, we offer a half down, and then we bill them down the road later, usually about 30 days. So they can actually put half down, and by that time they already have their folders, and they can just pay for the other half. So there's other ways we can get around that to accompany them to have this opportunity. And sometimes that does work a lot. But at that point, they're going to ask you how much is it, and you're going to say, I'm glad you asked. The price is very affordable. It's only $4.99. It's a flat fee. What that takes care of is all the artwork, special lettering, pictures, logos, pretty much whatever you want your spots to look like. Now, Bill, the great thing about this is these spots are exclusive. So we're only going to feature one, landscaping company out of all the prints. We're going to print and distribute no less than 4,000 folders for our clients over the next year. I just wanted to run it past you. All we're doing today is reserving a spot, and we would love to feature Dallas Best Landscaping Company for the next year. And that's pretty much it. We wait for a response. A lot of times they'll say that, can you send me some information by email? And that's perfectly acceptable because that's what we do a lot. So basically, I would you would jot down their email. They send me something. Can you just send me some information in the by email? Let me see what it looks like. Then you would say, yeah, sure, no problem. Let me go ahead and do that. So let me just jot down your information, your email. When do you think you could take a look at it? Because you kind of want to put a little pressure on them in a way, because you want to get that response and you want to get the sale. So you try to get a set time. Do you think you can look it over in the next 10 minutes? Because I'm going to send it right now. And then if they say yes and say great, I'll go ahead and give you a courtesy call back and go over a little bit more details with you and see if we can get you on board. Just simple stuff like that. Because you want to get that sale the same day. If they say no, I'm in the field. I'm in the field right now. I can look at it maybe at 4 o'clock. Say great, I'll call you at 4 o'clock. And it's something like that. You just want to have a set time, or just give me a call tomorrow. Okay, great. What time? You want to make sure you have a set time that you can call them to get a hold of them. Because if you say, well, when would you like me to call you back? They could say, well, next week or 2 weeks from now. So that's the reason why you want to basically have a set time early as possible. So anyway, at that point, they basically will, a lot of times, will say, you can send me some information by email. And that's great because you're starting your pipeline now. So the first day you call, when you call a lot of people, you're going to leave some messages. You're going to have a lot of people calling you back. Also, you're going to have people that you already talked to, and they want to look at it and see the information, look it over, maybe talk to their partner or whatever. And the next day or the same very day, you're going to call them back. So a lot of times the next day, too, you'll have a whole list of people to call back. And those are people who just want to say yes or no, we're going to do it. That's what you're calling them for. So those are pretty good. So you'll start developing what we call a pipeline with potential people that want to do it. You just have to call them back and ask if they look everything over and all that kind of stuff. And if you have any questions about anything, and we're excited to get you on board and want to see if you're ready to rock and roll, get you signed up. So anyway, when you leave a message, it's pretty simple. On this pitch, it's a little bit different, but what I want you to basically say is what you're looking for. They'll call you back a lot more sooner. And you'll get a lot more calls that way. So let's say if it's a landscaping company, you would leave a message, you would say your name. I would say, hi, my name is David. I'm looking for a landscaping company. Can you please give me a call? Pretty simple. They don't know what you're calling for. They might think it's a job. They might think it's, who knows what it is, but it probably seems like this is an opportunity for them. And it is. They don't really know until we start talking to them that, hey, I can have you be the exclusive landscaping company in this whole office of real estate agents. How would you like that? A lot of people spend thousands of dollars a month for advertising. This is only, anywhere from, $400 to $500 for a whole year, sometimes even 2 years. So it's nothing compared to what most advertisers or vendors pay for advertising. So it would be that simple. Hi, my name is David. I'm looking for a landscaping company. If you can give me a call back, you can even say I'm a project manager for whoever your project is, Dallas Luxury Realty, and just give me a call back, and I'd greatly appreciate it. So you would definitely get a lot of callbacks, and it's great to have people call you back rather than chasing them down. I like people who call, leaving messages, because I can call them back, and it's just I just like that feeling of people getting a hold of me rather than me trying to get a hold of them. So anyway, so that's basically the initial pitch. There's different ways to go about it. You can have your own style. You can come up with your own pitch, I guess you could say. But make sure if you do that, put all the points, to make sure they know what they're kind of get a picture of what this is. Because if you put it in your own words, a lot of times a lot of people will leave a lot of stuff out. Like what do the folders look like? I mean, what goes in the folders? You want to get a visual. So pretty much, if you just stick with this outline, it makes sure that they know what it looks like, and kind of get an idea of what it's for and all that kind of stuff. But that's the initial pitch. I wanted to talk a couple of things. Sometimes they might, ask a couple of questions. When are these folders coming out? The last couple of questions at the end of your pitch. And you can tell them it's usually 6 to 8 weeks. And basically the reason why, because we're in the reservation stage. We're getting people to, be exclusive vendors, and that takes time. Then we go to the artwork stage, and that takes time too. We got to get everybody's artwork. We got to get their pictures and logos, revamp it and size it, and make sure the color's right, make sure the lettering's right. And then they have to proofread it, and they have to send it back by email. So there's a lot of time involved to do that. And then we got to send it out to print. That usually takes 7 to 8 days. So it's about 6 to 8 weeks. They don't lose any time here. Their year doesn't start until the folders are in the office. So they're not losing any time. That's a great thing about this. So that actually works out pretty good. Sometimes we'll ask you, are you an agent? Because you say you're a project manager. We are a project manager because we are contracted through the company. And you can actually, you don't want to tell them you're an agent. Sometimes they might think you are, but you're not. You basically would say that you're basically, you're in charge of basically getting vendors to be exclusive for the office. You work for the marketing partnership department, pretty much. And, you're contracted just like the agents are contracted, because agents are contracted. So they might ask you, well, I see you're calling from another area code. And you say, yeah, the corporate office is actually in Houston. That's where we're at. Oh, okay, so your corporate office is in Houston, so you're not an agent, right? No, we're actually, taking care of the presentation folders. We're contracted out through Dallas Luxury Realty, and we're looking to get exclusive vendors to basically have their business on the folder so they can be referred to the clients. So that's basically what we do in a nutshell. Century 21, Remax, any type of real estate company calls us and they want us to do their folders, and they'll let us know what companies they want in it, and want in the folders. Another thing too is a lot of the companies that we will do will have preferred vendors. So sometimes you can get lists of preferred vendors, which means if I call a real estate company and they want the folders, the real estate company will give me leads or companies that they already use, like pest control companies. They might have their own guy that they use all the time in there. Could be a landscaping guy, could be an air conditioning and heating company. And basically what you would do is you would call those people, and those are a lot easier sales, I guess you could say sometimes, because they already deal with the company and they're already being used by the company or the real estate office. And of course they don't want nobody else on their folders, right? So a lot of times they'll do it. So that works out too when we get those type of leads as well. So that's a basic initial pitch. It's pretty basic. You'll get a lot of questions. Of course, I can't answer any of your questions right now, but if you have some, let me know, and I'll definitely answer them. You'll learn as you go. You'll learn the lingo. You'll learn the product knowledge, all that kind of stuff. So, that basically comes with experience. Again, the call volumes, the law of average 150 calls, if you do that in a day, was basically just like one lead sheet. It's about 100 numbers, 150 numbers on here. You'll get a sale. The sales there's a 2x4 spot, which is a little bit smaller than a dollar bill. That's a little bit bigger than the business card. That's a standard size, which is, I don't know if you can see this, but it's this size right here. This in the bottom right here, it's right here. That right there in the bottom. Each individually, all these right here are 2x4, a little bit bigger than the business card. and that's you know, anywhere from $3.99 to $4.99. If they do a half pocket right here, that's going to be a 4x4. It's going to be double that, but minus $50 off. If they do the whole pocket, well, it's going to be 4 times of what we charge for, you know, a 2x4, minus $100 off. But I'll give you the pricing sheets and all that kind of stuff. So that basically goes with what you would be paid for. You get 25% of all sales. So if you sell a banner size, that's maybe $1,650 or whatever it is, $1,700. You get 25% of that. So you make maybe $400 something or something like that. You get 2 in a day, you make maybe $800, maybe $1,000. It's not bad. Typically you would make, you know, $100 each sell for a 2x4. And if you sell 2 or 3 a day, you know, that you make $200 or $300 a day. It's not bad, you know. And sometimes you might have a day where you're not making anything. You made a lot of calls, left a lot of messages, but the next day everybody calls you back and everybody wants to do it. Or you call these people and you get a hold of them and they want to do it. So you made up for the last day. You made up for the day you didn't make it. So it fluctuates, but it all adds up, put it that way. If you have any questions, let me know. There's a lot of information here. I don't expect you to remember everything. But basically, this is the initial pitch. The next video, we'll talk about a little bit of the rebuttals and the closing. And if you have any questions, again, just let me know. Thank you.